Welcome to Mavetivity and episode 2 of trying new hobbies to see what I'm actually genuinely interested in. In the last episode, I tried bowling, and at the end of that video, I decided that maybe bowling isn't for me, but I spun the wheel again and landed on DJing for this episode. And DJing is something that I actually have dipped my toes into a bit already, so I have some of the research taken care of right off the bat. Now, as far as my experience with DJing, it's pretty limited. I did quite a few Twitch streams where I just was like basically learning how to DJ, and so I would take song requests and just try to mix as much as possible to just get familiar with the software, get familiar with the controller, and try some different transitions and stuff. And where I'd like to take my DJing, if I do end up getting into it, is more the route of like EDM clubs, festivals. It's within like a specific genre and BPM and everything like that, where it's a lot more structured and less just like, let's have a good time, if that makes sense. And so I guess without further ado, let's get into DJing to see if maybe that's my next big thing. Who knows? Maybe DJ Mavetivity will be headlining your next festival. Probably not, but we'll see. So I already have a DJ controller, but it's currently in a storage unit, and the other main problem is that I don't have anywhere to put it in this office right now. And I've been meaning to get a piece of furniture for in between these cubbies anyway, and I think I found a good console table at Lowe's. So we're gonna run to Lowe's, run to the storage unit, and then hopefully by tomorrow we'll have a nice DJ setup ready to get cracking. And just like that, it's the next day. We have the console table built. I think it's actually really good for the space, and it should work pretty well for a DJ setup. So then I started actually hooking all of the wires up and setting the speakers up and everything and getting the DJ controller connected to my laptop. And now I'm ready to actually DJ. After some more testing and everything, later that night, I actually got everything set up and got into the DJ software and just started DJing, trying some transitions and getting myself familiar with the controller again, as it has been about 2 years since I've actually done any kind of DJing. And this was mostly fun, albeit a little bit frustrating because I definitely am not where I was when I was DJing like every week on Twitch for a while. And this is probably a decent time to mention that I unfortunately can't show a lot of trying the transitions and much of these sets just because everything in them is pretty much copyrighted, but I will include what I can and talk through the rest. So overall, this set was a lot of fun, and it was definitely necessary to knock off some of the dust of my DJ skills before diving into trying to create my own full set by just messing around with some songs. And by the end of this set, I was feeling a lot more comfortable, and it was time to embark on what I was really nervous about, honestly. I have no idea how to actually make a set and figure out what songs go together and whatnot, so my best approach is just trial and error. And luckily, pretty much right off the bat, I got a pretty good idea for a transition, and I decided to give it a try. So it's been a bit since my first set back when I was just practicing, and I've had this idea for the last couple days for a transition, and I'm really excited to try it, so I'm gonna try it now.
Wait, hit him with the shit that go like ba-da-da, ba-da-da.
Oh no, it's so close. Okay.
Wait, hit him with the shit that go like ba-da-da, ba-da-da.
And I was really happy with this transition, and I was really happy that what I heard in my head worked. And But somehow I got really lucky, and this is kind of the technique I used to build my entire set. I don't know if it's the right way to do it. I don't know if it's the best way. Probably not. But basically, I would just listen to a bunch of music, listen to a bunch of songs back to back, and try to figure out what songs might be able to go together. And then I would go into Serato and try it out. And that's pretty much how I built my set list, was like 2 songs at a time, which definitely did make transitioning between the 2 songs that were kind of locked together a little more difficult, but it kind of worked out just because everything was in a similar genre and similar tempo. I also don't really know what I'm doing when building a set. For now, I'm just going to put some songs in a crate, I guess is what these are called. Start messing with them and then like hopefully figure out an order and then time it and stuff like that is kind of the process I'm going with. So basically half the process of building my set was just finding songs. I went on TikTok, SoundCloud, YouTube, some of my Spotify playlists, some songs that I already had in Serato from previously, practicing DJing and whatnot. And then I would just get those songs, put them in Serato and see what worked together and what didn't. And pretty soon I had some pretty good ideas going, and I had some pretty good execution on some of those ideas. And it was probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks of just experimenting with things, finding new songs, finding new transitions, before I was comfortable trying to string all of these different ideas together. Now I think I'm at a point where I want to just go and see how long what I have is. I keep stopping and trying like one transition at a time. So I'm just kind of curious how well I can do and what it's going to sound like, and if what I think is going to work or not.
Watch it, buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it.
And while this was fun and a good challenge for me, I also quickly started to realize that maybe this was actually not the direction I wanted to take my DJing. It made it so much more of a task and like a puzzle to solve than just like a fun time. And conveniently, this was also right when I went to California and filmed the DJing a Twitch stream video. And I think that coinciding with my frustration of building my own set in a specific genre with like planned transitions kind of all just coincided with my thoughts towards this hobby in the direction that I was taking it in this video. At least at this point, I don't think I would want to like really get into this, like doing it all the time kind of thing. I think I would like to continue doing it as a hobby. So like a random Twitch stream here or there, or if somebody I know is having a house party or something like that, I'll do it. I don't know. It just takes a lot of work to like get really good. And I think I'm at a point where I'm decent and it's fun, and I kind of want to just ride that wave. And despite those feelings that I don't really like DJing in the way I have in this video, I did keep working on the set for the next few weeks, finalizing everything and making it a lot shorter. My original target was like an hour-long set, and the final set ended up being a little over 20 minutes, I think. But I wanted to actually finish the set and see what the full experience of that was like. And it was a lot of fun in a lot of ways, and I think I came up with some good ideas and some cool transitions that took a lot of practice to get down. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy my final first ever set.
Watch it, buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it.
go like ba da da, ba da da. Okay. Wait, hit him with the shit that go like da 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 da. Wait, hit him with the shit. Okay.
Obviously, this is not the full set, but if you want to see the full set, I'll leave a link in the description. I uploaded it over on my personal channel. But these were just my favorite moments and favorite transitions from that 20-minute set. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll leave it off with Aves right after doing the set to conclude things. I think it's just a lot of work and not nearly as much fun as just like freestyling a set that is considerably longer with a lot less work and just more in the moment problem solving is a lot of fun to me. I think that's why I love like live TV production so much, because you have to immediately put out fires in the moment. When you're working on a video or working on like a DJ set that is planned and you have the timing, you can practice over and over and over again. I can say this line in this video however many times I need to. A freestyle set, you have to just figure it out and see what works, what doesn't work. And I think that is a lot more fun to me and a lot more appealing to me than having like a set. And I think that really stood out to me when I went to California and DJ'd during Kyo's stream. If you haven't seen that video, it's probably already out. I'm assuming I'll put that one out before this one. I got so much more out of that, I feel like, than this set. That being said, I am really glad I followed through and finished the set, but I just don't have that much care to keep going, to make it longer, to refine it, to make it better. I just don't really care that much. I did learn a lot. I learned a lot about, you know, different things on the controller, and I'm not using the sync button anymore. Mostly more freestyle, just off the cuff, whether it be a Twitch stream or a house party or a wedding or whatever it might be. Having less planning done and more just basing it off of the vibes and trying to mix songs that maybe you wouldn't think would mix well and stuff like that is just a lot more appealing to me. And while I'm on that note, I don't think DJing is something I want to do all the time, but it's definitely something I want to continue doing more often than I have been the last couple years, because there was about a year where I was DJing pretty much every week on my Twitch channel, and I would like to maybe bring it back to like once a month I do a DJ stream. Would be a lot of fun. And if that's something you're interested in, my Twitch will be linked in the description below. I don't think I want to be a DJ. I don't think I want to go do performances and stuff. It's just not that appealing to me, honestly. DJing is a lot of fun. I've learned a lot, and it makes me respect DJs a lot more because there's a lot that goes into it. And I'm really happy I was able to revisit it in this video and try something I had never done in making a set. And I learned a lot about myself and what I want out of something like DJing. And I think that's a great place to be. Before I spin a new hobby for the next video, I actually got invited to DJ a Halloween party right when I finished filming this video. So here's that. And while most of the music here was actually music that I wouldn't normally listen to, it was mostly hip hop and rap and stuff, it was still so much more fun than a structured set to just be freestyling and seeing what could mix together on music that I had mostly never even heard before. But being a fan of EDM, I did try to play a few EDM songs, and this is what happened. So I guess the people like what the people like. And with that, it's time to spin the next hobby. Okay, make some drinks. We don't drink very much anymore, but that should be fun. I've done it a little bit in the past, and I look forward to trying to get a little more into making cocktails and whatnot. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated, as well as comment down below what you think I should add to the wheel of hobbies. It can literally be anything. There's so much stuff on this list and it is ever growing. Until the next one, do the right thing, good vibes only, and never stop creating.